This is kind of where the cow infrastructure starts. This is one of the first fields we get to. I think there's 36 fields.
In total?
Are 12 to 20 acres. Each have their own water established. They're all but 2 or 3 strands of high tensile electrified wire.
How's the water established with each field?
It's buried, and it's underground line to like an automatic mirror fount drinker, usually a 4-hole or 6-hole. And that was really beneficial. A lot of that was possible through the soil and water funding that they have to exclude cattle from natural water sources. So specifically in Virginia, there's funding that if you agree to keep your animals out of natural water sources for a 10 or 15-year period, there's a certain amount of reimbursement for the cost of the fence and the cost of the water development. Yeah. Range.
And is that the water station?
That's the water station. What's cool is whatever fences used to be established got pushed over to one side of the tree line or the other. So it took, you know, I'll show you here in a second, but I can show you this drinker. So this makes a farmer's life really nice. But those blue balls, they, from a distance, show you that there's water in this because that's what's pushing them up into place. But it also keeps sunlight out, so you don't have any opportunity for there to be any algae growth. Occasionally you have to clean it out because the cows will bring stuff in. But the float valves in here, these are, I mean, I've seen some out in the field, you know, easily 20 years.
Wow.
So it's, you know, I mean, unless the power's out, this has water for them if you can see those blue balls up.
So do the cows know that they just put their face
so,
through this?
Yep. Yeah, it's like very instinctive. They make smaller ones and shorter ones for like sheep and goats. I've even had guardian dogs know. I think they saw the cow do it and they were like, well, I'm thirsty. But there's no issue with dropping one of these in and the cows figuring it out. I wish I had I've never seen them not know it. But I mean, there's only so much in the field. It's either a hot fence, grass, or this thing.
Yeah.
So they'll just mess with it a little bit until they figure it out. But it's not hard for a mama cow, you know?
Yeah.
Or even think about a small calf who's like hitting their head on the bag of its mama to get the milk to drop. It's way harder than it takes to push that down.
Yeah. And then so you mentioned, so this is the field we're at right now is one of the paddocks, and you said that's usually what, 12 to...
The ones we're working with are 12 to 20 acres.
And then how many of these fields you mentioned that you had?
There's 36 official ones.
And then there's one of these for each 36?
Yeah, occasionally there's one that might split in between the fence line, but a lot of times they have their own. And the 12 to 20 acres and this 1 6-hole drinker is very complementary to typically a group of cows of 125. Any more, and you'd probably need another one of these. Any more cows, you probably need to give them a little bit more room for their daily or 2-day moves. But the 1 6-hole drinker, 12 to 20 acres and 125 cows is pretty complementary. And we usually have 2 mineral feeders out, and the next field over is where the cows are. I can show you that.
Yeah, and I guess my last question then, were you here, was this already in place when you came here?
Yeah, these are...
I was just thinking, how in the world did this get just set up? That probably had to take a long time.
No, so these were in place. So like what a system like this takes is it definitely takes like a fencing company. Usually when you sign up for these soil and water contracts to exclude animals from natural water sources, occasionally the farmer will like take on the project and then receive the reimbursement. But at a project of like this scale, you have the monies available to hire a fencing crew, and they come in with an excavator and they've got some guy just digging a trench to run water line all day or several days. So I think there's probably about 1.5 miles of underground water line on this property. But
what I was thinking of is just everything underground, connecting all of this.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But it's if you're like, I don't know, I can't recommend it if this is all out of pocket. But, you know, coming from someone who used to just haul hoses around, and I used to drag all that underground pipe, I used to just keep it on the surface, and it was very limiting in the winter. And then I'd have a lot of times have to roll up like 1,000-foot piece of, you know, 3/4 inch water line, put it on my, it was very labor intensive.
Very.
And 3/4 inch would never be good for a group of cows this size. That's for pigs or chickens. So to do cows on a scale like, you know, in Virginia, I really recommend looking at what it takes to get involved with the soil and water projects.
Water is a tough aspect because
Yeah.
We had to do the manual, just big tubs on a truck, and it was just on hills, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of work.
Well, a lactating mama cow will drink up to 40 gallons of water a day. So you have 125 of them out here. That's a ton of water, you know, and they need it. It's crucial. I mean, your body functions poorly when it's dehydrated, and so will theirs.
Like, that's actually a good way to go over there then.
Yeah.
I want to see.
It's like 125 mamas that you got to keep happy. You know, sometimes it's hard to keep the mama at home happy.